Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to use NotebookLM and Google Opal or Supergem to take any digital product or online course content to turn it into personalized internal app, and in the future, an app you can distribute to customers. Currently, Google Opal is in experimental mode, and so if you're going to be sharing the application, the individual you'll be sharing with will need to have Opal as part of their account, while Google is still in the experimental or evaluation phase. You will start the process by opening a NotebookLM notebook and uploading all your course content for you to use as sources. What you will then need to do is to synthesize your course into a master document. We will use prompt engineering here in the chat area. Prompt we're going to use is going to follow standard prompt engineering, a system persona, a core methodology, execution protocol, and output constraints. And anytime that you have to synthesize a course that you're going to be using inside of an app, you want to synthesize using these four principles in your synthesis prompt. We're going to use this prompt in order to extract from the information in NotebookLM a framework. And we're going to be using this framework inside of the app. And we do want to follow this specific methodology as it is based on classic prompt engineering. We are going to cut and paste this prompt as is into NotebookLM. We're going to paste in our prompt. What we're then going to do is we're going to adjust the chat. If you want to place in your custom instructions here, you can do it. We're going to opt for a longer document. We're going to click Save. We are then going to click Enter. So our contextual document for this course is now complete. What we can now do in NotebookLM is we can scroll all the way to the bottom and save this as a note. Our note is now saved. What we can now do is we can export this note to Google Docs, and that is what we're going to do. We're going to export to Google Docs, and our master document is now ready. Now in this case, we are not going to enter Opal for our account here through the Gemini interface. We're first going to go to Google Labs at labs.google. We're then going to make sure our account is enabled for Opal. And if you're not enabled, you're going to go through a process of enabling your account through Google Labs. That's going to bring you through a similar interface. You're going to see the same apps that you're going to see within Google Gemini. However, we're going to bypass the wizard by going through this route. We're going to start the process by clicking on Create New. That's going to open up into the blank canvas. We can give our app a name, and our app is now ready to be used. We're going to start our app with the user interface nodes. We're going to click on User Interface. We're going to click inside of the editor. We're then going to write into the editor a specific phrase that we want the customer to see. What we're now going to do is we're going to use a Generate tab. And so now we have the Generate tab. We want to click inside of the Generate tab, and what we're going to place here is the information from our master document. We're going to select all, and we're going to copy it, and we're going to head to our Opal setup. We're going to paste in our information. What we need to do here is we need to get an action prompt from Gemini. We need to paste that action prompt here in this area. What we need to do now is we need to create an output element, and we're going to click on the output element. In this case, we can decide how we want the final output to be, and we're going to ask for a Google Doc. In terms of the output in the prompt area, we're going to type in the @, and we're going to ask for our user information. We're then going to come down to the title area. And for the title, we're going to write in our title. We then need to connect the nodes. We need to connect the user input to the first section. We then need to connect the prompt to the output. And so we're now ready now to preview the application. And our app is now at the start. What we're now going to do is we're going to click Start. And we're going to go ahead and enter our business scenario. And as you can see here, you'll be able to see how you can customize what it is you want to do. So we're going to paste in a scenario. And our scenario is now ready for the application of the course. We're then going to click enter. And then Opal is going to apply based on our master document and put together a document based on that information. The individual will then click on to open their Google Doc in a new tab, and their application is then ready. So basically what we have done is we have applied the elements of the course inside of an app so that we can deliver a report based on a specific scenario. We have verified that our app works, and we can share the app. We can publish our Opal. Our Opal will then have a URL. We can then copy the link. Now, once again, if you share this link and you choose to share it with a client or a customer, what you'll need to know is that that individual is going to need to have Opal on their personal computer and in their Google account in order to operate this application. And again, that is while the application is in experimental mode. Now, another individual will then be able to see the app if they click the link. If they click on Start the application, you'll notice then that what they'll need to do is they'll need to log into their Google account. They'll need to sign in with their Google account. And again, they're going to need to have Opal in order to run the application. Now, the other part to the process is that you'll notice then that what the individual who receives this app will then be able to do is to remix it, and they'll then be able to see as of the recording of this video. So this will not yet be proprietary, and as stated, it's not yet ready for client use. Now, when you log into the Gemini interface and you go to your menu and you click on Gems, you will then see that your gem is going to be available inside of Gemini. And from Gemini, what you can do is you can duplicate the application, you can delete it. If you click inside of the application from Gemini, you will then see a slightly different interface. You will see the steps on the left side menu. Even though it is the same application that you set up inside of Opal, what you will do is you will have a more wizard-like experience here inside of Gemini. In order to see the application, you'll need to click on the Advanced Editor. When you click on the Advanced Editor inside of Gemini, you will then see the canvas for your application. So in setting up a Supergem or an Opal application and you click on New Gem from within Gemini, in some cases, it may be a good idea for you to skip past this wizard step to give you more flexibility in creating your application. Okay, so thanks, and I will see you in another video.